Hello everybody, welcome to JB's RCs. I know I don't do a whole lot of boat videos, but this boat's so much fun. So this is the Pro Boat, the Blackjack Catamaran, 24 inch, running 3S brushless, all stock electronics, motor, everything. I've done no upgrades to this at all. And gosh, look at that rooster. God, that's gotta be a 6 foot long rooster tail coming out of the back of that. It's funny when you put the battery in this and you test it, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be that fast. But when you put it in the water, once it planes, it kicks. Now it takes a minute to plane. If you're sitting still and you floor it, it's just gonna take a few seconds before it's up on its plane and at full speed, but fantastic boat. I had a lot of fun with it out here today. Turns on a dime, that catamaran. I just was being a little careful. You'll hear I slow down for most of the corners that I take. Just being careful because I have no way to get the boat out of this water. I'd have to go for a swim to get it. And speaking of which, I almost had to go for a swim because at the end you're going to see I stuff it into some of these tall bushes, the tall grass that's coming out of the edge of the water there. Now, not sure how this pond was created. This is up at Aripeka where we go rock crawling. The rock crawling is actually right behind me, and on the other side of the lake, you can see the hill over there. That's where all the rocks are that we crawl around here. So this lake has a good 4 to 6 feet from the shoreline out where this tall grass grows. And then once that grass stops, it's because the water just drops. I'm not sure how deep it is out there in the middle, but it must be pretty deep because all the edges that I've seen, about 4 feet out where that grass stops, it literally just drops down. I mean, it goes from here's the bottom, and there's no bottom. It's just black. So I stuffed it into the edge there, and the spot where I stuffed it was one of the worst spots because there's actually the tall grass for about 10 to 12 feet from the shoreline out into the water. Now, granted, I know the water's not that deep, but the grass is very thick, and it's actually really sharp. So going out in the deep part, I would have definitely had to swim to go around to get it. So what we did is Ian's RCs, thank you so much, bro. We actually found a dead tree that was standing, and we ripped it down, basically. It was about 12 feet tall, and we laid it out across the grass and used the grass as kind of like a stabilizing bridge underneath the tree. And then I just walked out on the tree, and then using his recording device, that it's like a selfie stick, because I still wasn't out far enough. With his selfie stick, I pushed the boat out enough to where I could use the motor to get it out of the weeds itself, and then just drove it real slow back to shore and got everything all out from the propeller that was wrapped around it. But what a chore. It took us about an hour to get that thing out, and other than that, though, it was a blast. I did get it stuck one other time at the beginning. I didn't record that. So that was much easier, though. It was only about 2 feet from the shore. I just used a stick through the grass and pushed it from the shore out. That wasn't such a big deal, except that it was all the way across the pond here, so I had to walk all the way around the outside to get to where the boat was. I'm actually looking into a little paddle boat of some sort, maybe a blow-up paddle boat that I can use to recover for these, because I do love the boats a lot. It's just only one of the boats that I have has self-righting on it, and it's not that great of a self-righting because it's a jet boat, so all the weight is in the center of the boat itself. And this one being in catamaran obviously has no self-righting, so if it went over, it was going to stay there until I got it. And then the other boat I have is the airboat that I just posted a video of, a swamp boat, and of course that has no self-righting because it's got a big propeller on the back of it. So I need a recovery boat, or I just need to get into the boats that have the self-righting on them, self-righting feature. But even the self-righting wouldn't have helped where I was stuck with this boat in the tall grass. It's very, very tall, very stiff. I mean, you can see the grass over here is taller than me, and I'm 6 foot tall. So this grass is 6 to 8 feet tall grass, super thick, and really sharp edges on it. I got a few cuts on me just getting this boat out, but either way, had a great time. Thanks to Ian's RCs again for helping me get the boat out. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. And get out there and have some fun.